content to the student has to change, and the people who are delivering the content have to.
No, I second you on that, because let me tell you, from the time of industrial revolution, right? You needed hard skills, you got hard skills, you got jobs. We moved to computational revolution. You needed again hard skills, coding was a hard skill. You got it, you got a job. Now we are in the cognitive revolution. You don't need hard skills. As long as you know how to talk to the machine, and there are 3-week courses on that. You can learn prompt engineering in 3 weeks. Because you can give a persona to ChatGPT. ChatGPT can act, in $20 a month, it can act as my lawyer. It can act as my social media manager. It can act as my teacher, my career coach, everything. Now in such a scenario, I think children don't need to adapt. Teachers do, policy makers do, schools do, and systems need to. And that's the reality.
That's the reality, and the problem is going to come when we refuse to adapt. And mostly what we do is, rather than we adapting, we talk about how are they supposed to adapt.
Correct. Alright, quick one to Nikita. Nikita, youth icon, influencer, news anchor, and you interact with hundreds and hundreds of students every now and then. What are and I'm picking it up from where Mr. Singh said that Zen Beta will look up to Zen Alpha, right? So what are some of the beliefs or habits you see in Zen Alpha or Zen Beta? I mean, Zen Beta has just come, so
Zen Beta hasn't yet.
Yeah, I mean Zen Alpha. that give you hope that they'll be more compassionate and resilient for the future. Do you see that belief?
I think when it comes to social technology will shape their world, they are totally embedded in it, but the human connection will shape their character. So we need to focus on the human side of things if we want them to win and become compassionate leaders and take over the world. Things are changing, and like you rightly said, we need to adapt, not them. They are already born with, or will be born with, everything smart. Smart TVs, smart gadgets, hopefully smart parents who understand their needs and foster their focus. So there's going to be a shift, a drastic shift already on way, and leadership, the definition of leadership will also change in the future. So right now, if it looks like, for example, a student standing behind a podium or the class monitor, that was leadership at our times. Now it's going to look as something more inclusive. Leaders of tomorrow will have a different kind of skill set. They will be more trauma-informed. Their mental health will be in the forefront. Hard skills will give way to soft skills. Inclusivity will be a huge theme. So, let's say a 12-year-old mentoring someone with learning disabilities. That is what leadership will start to look like. Someone going outside their classroom and hosting a Safai Abhiyan, a cleanup day, or someone going up on TikTok and talking about eco-safe practices. So, hey guys, look at this is how we can do more sustainable shopping or recycle our clothes. That is where leadership and influence is going to veer towards. And Gen Alpha is going to set this trend. Beta will follow suit. The problem is not that, the problem is us. If we do not find a way to meld into their lives and to understand where they're going and what they need, we will be pushed to the side. Not just by kids, but by machines as well. So the kids face a different world, and to incorporate, if I may just add, to perhaps bring out their human side better. We are all sitting amongst an esteemed gathering of principals of various schools. So I would have a few ideas here, like something like having a class pet. So when a child, so it's no longer like I don't get along with my friends, I'm going to go to therapy. And you have to get along with the same 5 kids. So now, if I don't get along with Kyra, Kiara, Amira, I can talk to ChatGPT and Gemini AI. It's as simple as that. So my choices are different in today's world. But when you have a pet, your ego doesn't come in the way. So you end up realizing that if I have to feed the cat or the hamster, अगर मैंने उसे टाइम पे खाना नहीं दिया, वो भूखी रह जाएगी. I'm responsible communication and leadership fall and they hit hard. Those are the lessons and childhood memories you will remember. So if you grow with that nurturing aspect, remember, AI can mimic knowledge. Human depth will be the new superpower.
And I can tell you I'm scared. Just yesterday, Mark Zuckerberg made a statement
Yes.
developing AI companions to remove the pandemic of loneliness.
Oh,
I
yes.
do not know whether it will remove the pandemic of loneliness or it will
It's
increase
actually
it.
an illusion. We are
Absolutely.
hyper-connected yet more lonely. So
Absolutely.
we don't know
Coming back to Mr. Singh. Actually, let's go to Mr. Bajaj first, and so then I'll come to you. I've been to schools as far as Firozpur, right at the border of Pakistan. Our students there, show me by the raise of hands, do you use ChatGPT? 90% of them do. I'm talking about a small little town at the border of Pakistan. They use ChatGPT. The fact is, principals, teachers, they are clueless. Students are using it. So my question to you, sir, is, how can policy ensure, because you are the policy makers, how can policy ensure that access to skill-based, future-ready, AI-led, AI-driven, AI-integrated, whichever terminology you want to use it, education is not limited to urban schools. It goes beyond to tier 2, tier 3, tier 4, but more so to their teachers. Or are we talking about teachers training only in tier 1 and tier 2? Sorry, I know.
Teachers, it's very challenging for the teachers to work hard. Find the children are using ChatGPT, how to deal with that is very challenging for the teachers. What I used to actually the teachers which I am dealing with are not comfortable with all these things, and now that students are using all those things, finding solutions using ChatGPT. So I think
Do you agree this is a challenge?
this is a challenge.
I mean, thank you for being honest there, because I wasn't expecting such an honest and candid answer from a policy maker. Let me tell you. I was expecting honest, I was expecting more politically correct answers. But thank you for accepting it, because I believe that students have moved towards India, teachers are still in Bharat. And that's the challenge. No, how many of you agree with it? Yeah, you do. At least few of you do. So what is government thinking about it? How are you going to do this sudden transition of millions of teachers to be able to at least deal with the generation group?
It will take time for.
If you're going to think that you can get teach to the tailor-made system, as technology changes, as distance changes, they themselves become what they want. What the student need. So whatever situation comes, pandemic is the best example. We all see it. Like any AI, you cannot replace the teacher. They always require the intervention for handholding the students to take them to the next level. We require empathy. Today for us, for any process to just take into it, we require an empathy, which only the teachers can give to the students. So any digitization in classroom, it's need to work, we can go ahead because our teachers are there to adapt.
Perfect. On that positive note, Neeraj, coming to you, I know just 2 minutes left into the discussion. How can education companies, or maybe how Scholastic, aiming to align better with schools and homes to make this future skilling, I don't know, 22nd century skills, or like you said that the same old skills just rebranded, to make future skilling seamless rather than one with lot of worries.
So I think to very, in a very swift manner, in a very short time, So what we are doing is we doing a lot of research in terms of what is required in the classroom. We're trying to create programs around that and take it back to the students. Learn while we implement that and change and adapt to what it is. And that's going to be our modus operandi going forward. And we are completely focused on the learning outcomes of the child. That's all.
That's all.
That's all.
Awesome. Nikita, coming to you, one last question before we wrap up. You are an influencer, followed by thousands and thousands of people. Are you using your platform, and I want a very candid answer, are you using your platform to promote digital wellness to these youngsters, these Gen Ys, Gen Zs, Gen Alphas? Are you using that platform? How can influencers come into picture?
By not focusing on just viral content, but focusing on uplifting content. The content which shows you perspective. It's like this. You start putting in onto your search bars. Could be Google, could be any place where there is SEO working. Any one topic, let's say you put in fast cars, for example. You will slowly see your entire feed curated to cars, things related to cars, car washings, everything car. Same goes for clothes. And slowly you will live in this bubble. It's called a filter bubble, where you start thinking, this is reality and this is the be all and end all of social media. And suddenly you'll go into your gatherings and be like, hey, हर जगह आजकल गाड़ियों की बातें नहीं हो रही. And others will be like, no bro, that's not happening. And you'll be like, no, but my feed only shows me that. So it's up to us to go from consumers to being conscious content creators. To actually see. So no matter what I put out there or you put out there, your filter bubble will get curated. So you have to see it as consumers more consciously as to what are you watching. As for me, when I'm on the news and I'm looking at perspectives, I don't go to left or to right. I keep it balanced. I keep it neutral, putting things into perspective. Yes, I see over there, time's over. So yeah, I'm going to keep it short and wrap this up. But yes, when it comes to Gen Alpha and Gen Beta, the only way to bring about change is to go and canvas where they live, online. We need to begin driving change, a drive for empathy, a drive for kindness, a drive for them to understand things like AI disruption, climate change is now climate urgency. All of it is online and that's where they live. So we need to encourage them to gravitate towards better filter bubbles and be conscious about it. You can't just keep thinking that, okay, this one person put this out. There's a choice, but it's also a cage. You got to be careful out there.
Going to every possible school, at least most of them in GPSC, to speak to their students, parents, do teachers training. I have one request. Instead of calling anybody from outside, people like us, or trainers who come and train your teachers, when you have the flipped classroom concept, ask your students to come and train teachers on AI, and you'll see the magic in their eyes. You know, the brightness in their eyes with which they will actually teach the teachers on how to use various AI tools. With that, yeah, that's the biggest collaboration in situation. So we are very short of time. Okay, I'll give you 1 second. Okay, you have it.
Only one thing the teacher can do is the discussion in the class. That discussion is important. Let alone discuss anything.
Thank you so very much, all of you, for joining in. And thank you so much, GPSC, for making me do third year in a row. Thank you.
Thank you so much.